Good evening, you're watching Plain Speak with me, Poonam Burde. If you were to watch a broadcast from this time last year, you would have heard a similar story. You would wonder if this was a repeat telecast. Because we're talking about the air emergency in Delhi and the National Capital Region. Air quality in the NCR is making headlines once again for all the wrong reasons. Levels are alarming of the air quality, doctors are sounding warning bells, parents are clamoring for schools to be closed or at least to go virtual. And politicians are doing what they do best, blame their opponents. We're nowhere close to a solution anytime in the near future. As the air quality index plummets, politics peaks, and you and I are left to survive in this gas chamber. When criticism and pollution peak, half-hearted measures are implemented, and we've seen that government after government happen. Token measures more than anything else. As a nation, we should frankly hang our heads in shame because we cannot guarantee our present and future generations the very basic human right, the right to breathe clean and pure air freely. So when will things change? Will they change at all? And what will it take for change makers, for policy makers, for decision makers in this country to show the will that they want to change things? There may be a will here, but many would agree that there is a way here, but simply no will, at least as far as politicians go. Here's what the national capital looked like this morning. These are iconic landmarks that you would see across Delhi. But can you really see them? This is what India Gate would look like on any other day. Well, you'd have to guess what this is, because this is what India Gate was today, early this morning, as a complete layer of fog was engulfing the entire national capital region. That's what the Akshardham temple looks like on any other day. This is what it looked like today. Well, this is what you would think it would look like today, because you can barely see after a certain point. The Rashtrapati Bhavan too. That's the bright Rashtrapati Bhavan facade that you would see if you were anywhere close to central Delhi. This is what you saw today. A dome that resembles something like a Rashtrapati Bhavan, but is it really the case? Well, this is exactly what we see every single year. Every single time the pollution gets to this level, the air quality index plummets this low. This is the Red Fort. Look at that. That's the facade of a Red Fort that you would visit as a tourist. But if you were to visit as a tourist today or on any other winter morning in the National Capital Region, this is perhaps the scene that would greet you. And it's not just the story of today. This is what has been happening in the National Capital Region in Delhi for the last week or more. Here's what the AQI has been for the last several days. Let's at least get you a sense of what it looked like in the last 10 odd days or so. Let's start with 7 December. Let's start a week ago. It was at 302, nowhere close to where it should be in an ideal circumstance. From there, it only got worse. There was respite for a few days. 9th and 10th of December, it was below 300. Again, nothing to celebrate. And then it went upwards from there. 307 on 11th, on 12th it was 359. Today, on the 15th of December, it's over 550. This is not the air that's conducive to be living in for anyone, for any healthy individual, let alone those who may have certain conditions, those elderly who are living in the National Capital Region, or even kids who've been going to school early in the morning in this kind of air quality. Here's how other countries fight air pollution. There are practical measures, there are results that have taken place, there have results that have been noticed and witnessed, and yet India doesn't seem to learn. China, it saw one of the worst pollutions at one point. There were strict industrial shutdowns during high pollution days. They took some hard measures, and it seems to have come to fruition. Coal to gas and coal to electricity shift for homes and industries was made mandatory. There was real-time monitoring and heavy fines for violators. What was the result? That the the particulate matter 2.5 levels in major cities was reduced by a half in a decade. It's not an overnight solution, but you have to work for it. So maybe if not our present generation, at least our future generations have better air to live in. The United States, strong vehicle emission norms and fuel standards were put in place. Independent environmental watchdog with penal powers was also instituted. Some would say India has that too, but really, how much power do these agencies have? The result in the United States was that air pollution was reduced by 70% since 1970, while their economy grew. The United Kingdom is another such example. In ultra-low emission zones, polluting vehicles pay heavy charges. There's penalty if you ply one of those heavy polluting vehicles. There's ban on coal heating in cities. There's public transport and cycling push that has been given. Can that be replicated in India? Many would suggest that our cities, our roads aren't compliable for that. But we do have to work towards it because the result is very clear. there was a sharp drop in number of in the kind of air quality index that we saw. The pollution levels reduced drastically as far as the UK went. In Germany too, in low emission zones in cities, there's massive investment that has been made in public transport or electric vehicles. Something that we are seeing in India now, that a thrust is being made for people to go electric when they're using their private vehicles. But we still are a long way away from getting there. Strict industrial compliance was also mandated, and the result was that there was cleaner urban air and there was reduced vehicular emission. Vehicular emission, mind you, is the biggest contributor as far as the Delhi or the National Capital Region's pollution goes. In Japan, again, there were very strict vehicle inspection systems. There were advanced emission control technology that was put in place. Compact city planning reduced travel pollution. The result? It's amongst the cleanest urban air that we see in Asia. France again, odd even traffic rules during smog episodes were seen, something that the Aam Aadmi Party here in the national capital had also experimented with. There were car-free delays in cities. There were high taxes on diesel vehicles. The result is that traffic emissions reduced, especially during peak pollution season, something that they saw coming and worked to get around. Sweden, another country which has taken several steps. Carbon tax to discourage fossil fuels, district heating and renewable energy, green urban design was put in place. The result was that there was low pollution and the quality of life was much higher. Singapore is another city where you see congestion as far as traffic goes, which is why they put in a congestion pricing for vehicles. Vehicles are charged when they're entering high traffic areas, especially during peak hours. Car registration, taxes, certificate of entitlement, they all make owning a private car very expensive. Despite dense population and urbanization, vehicle-related emissions are kept low, which is why what happens is that there is controlled traffic pollution despite the population density being very high. Some would say that's comparable as far as India goes. But why aren't we taking those steps then? Well, air pollution is definitely a silent killer. Here's what a recent Lancet study revealed, that there are at least 15 lakh deaths that are linked to pollution in India. This is what the recent study found out. That as far as particulate matter 2.5 is concerned, it's linked to multiple health issues for those who reside in the National Capital Region. And it's not a crisis that is faced by people in the National Capital Region. There's a nationwide impact. It's not limited to just urban areas or just to the National Capital or just to this entire region around Delhi. The exposure also raises heart, lung, premature death risk, and that's something that it seems like we're willing to take. That risk is something we seems like we're ready to gamble away with. So why exactly is it that for years together we talk about the exact same thing and yet are nowhere close to finding a solution? Is that because there's simply no will to fight this crisis? That's a question we ask on Plain Speak.
पोल्यूशन बहुत ज़्यादा ही हो रहा है। ये मैं घर से निकला सुबह, मतलब सांस नहीं लिया जा रहा बिल्कुल भी ना दिल्ली में। कुछ भी नहीं देख पा रहे हैं। हम लिटरली साइकिल लेके आ रहे हैं आईएनए से यहाँ तक, और जितने भी गड्ढे थे एक भी विजिबल नहीं था। हम बस जैसे तैसे पहुँच गए हैं। आज पोल्यूशन बहुत ज़्यादा है।
Nothing has changed between 2019 and 2025. Pollution is worse.
Above our politics and try and find a solution to this, because we now have a government in Delhi which doesn't hold itself accountable for what they're doing to the city.
पिछले 10 सालों में अरविंद केजरीवाल की सरकार दिल्ली में रही, लेकिन पोल्यूशन पर एक भी कदम अरविंद केजरीवाल की सरकार ने उठाया नहीं।
Let's open this up. Anil Gupta, spokesperson of Delhi BJP, Arshpreet Kadyal, spokesperson of the Congress, and Anmol Pawar, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, join us. But I want to open this up by asking somebody who's lived in Delhi, is a citizen's voice, and speaks for the people of the national capital or any other city in this country that would be in the thick of this smog, of this pollution. Neeraj Attri, when I say that we're frustrated with the politicians across the board tooting their own horn about what they did, what the kind of measures they took, and then shirking responsibility and pointing the finger in the other direction when the going gets tough?
Good evening to all my fellow panelists also. Yes, you are absolutely right that, in fact, I'm livid at what is happening right now. And to put things straight, yesterday I was coming from Bangalore, and the contrast was stark. When the plane was about to land in the capital, I was coming from a place where you could see the clear blue sky, and the moment I landed at the airport, I could see that haze. We are talking of today, but since yesterday it has been very bad. And I could see that this is again the same old story being repeated on a loop, that we keep on talking. Politicians keep on passing the buck. But I think one factor that I would like to add over here is, what about those corrupt officials of pollution control board, of various government bodies, who have been at the helm of the affairs for such a large time, and they have not done one bit of this? I'm surprised, I'm aghast, I'm livid, and I think it's time that when an environmental emergency should be declared, till a comprehensive plan is not developed to make our environment at least livable, till then, all the ongoing and upcoming projects should undergo very stringent environmental impact assessments. We should have such kind of oversight mechanism that these things, at least every citizen has a basic right according to our constitution. We have a right to life. But this pollution, due courtesy, our politicians, our industrialists, our officials, our bureaucracy, we are forced to inhale those toxins which we did not produce, which we are not guilty of doing, and yet we are the sufferers. And we are watching helplessly that someone is going to do something someday. But I think it's high time that heads must roll in bureaucracy also and in ministries also, because this what we say is tu mama keeps on happening, that one party passes the buck to the other party passes the buck to the second one. And the ultimate sufferers are us, ordinary citizens, who keep on voting in hoping that someone is going to bring a change. But unfortunately, we are on that same conveyor belt. Every year, the same cycle is being repeated.
Anil Gupta, the BJP rode to power saying we'll be different. Now we have the same government, both at the state and the centre. This double-engine sarkar that the BJP talks about in Delhi and several other states. But nothing seems to have changed for the people of Delhi, irrespective of which party has been in power.
Yeah, good evening to you and all the viewers. You may say so, but if you compare the figures with the previous years, it is still better as compared. But no doubt, today AQI is 427 as per the CPCB 4 p.m. bulletins, and it is in the severe condition. It is an admitted fact that air quality in Delhi is not good and it is in the severe condition. But if you see the chart of some of the cities in Delhi NCR, somewhere like in Alwar it is 124, in Bhiwani it is 150, Faridabad 211, Palwal 177. See, we got the power in February 2025. We have inherited lot of things, lot of mismanagement, because it is not a political issue, it is a technical issue. I can go on saying so many things which the previous government has not done, but what we promised for cleaning the air, for cleaning the Yamuna. Now, let me give some time to explain it to you. See, we are working on two strategies. We are working on the elimination of source. And presently, we are working on the dust mitigation or suppressing. We are on the verge of making new 17 number of forest, to Miyawaki forest. We are enhancing our EV vehicles to 3,000 in this year only. We are, reducing our land, the height of the landfill site. We are increasing the processing of the garbage from 10,000 to 15,000. We are working on waste to energy plants. We have increased our C&D waste capacity of the C&D waste plants, and we are doing the mechanical sweeping, and we have applied the mist spray also. Pollution is not a one-day job. It takes some time. Even before the election, we promised that it will take 3 to 5 years to complete. But let me give you some more data. How many days, if you compare from February to November, we have 79 satisfactory days. It is on the record as compared to 66 last year. And the severe days are 3 as compared to 11
Sir,
days
there should be
last
none.
year.
There should be zero. That's the aim. That's what it should be.
I'm admitting, na?
We
Allow
shouldn't
me to
aim. We
speak.
shouldn't be.
Allow me to speak.
I
Let
allowed
me-
you
let
your
me-
time to speak, sir. But my question is the same as many other Delhiites are asking today.
See,
Then if you say the Aam Aadmi Party didn't do enough, or the Congress before that didn't do enough, and that's why you were
asked me
voted
the
to
question,
power.
allow me to reply. I'm saying it is just severe. I'm admitting it. But what the government is doing, I'm explaining it to you. And we said it is not a one-day job. You can ask any technical aspect. Today what is the wind speed? It is 0 to 5. There is no speed for the dispersion. How much is the temperature? How much is the humidity? See, it is there. I'm admitting, but we are better than the previous government, and we hope to clean this mess in 3 to 5 years. This is what I'm saying, and I'm giving the facts. What the
Sure.
government is doing, what the government has done in last 8 months.
And the people of Delhi will hold you accountable to that, like they did with the Aam Aadmi Party as well. And Anmol Pawar, you had 10 years, and the situation was the same. The BJP asks, why are you asking us the same questions about how you couldn't fix it in 10 years, but want us to do it within a few months?
Poonam ji, we were in Delhi for 10 years and we reduced the pollution by more than 40%. As far as Punjab is concerned, at that time there were more than 75,000 incidents of stubble burning. But now those incidents have reduced to around 3,000, and own central government agency, CPCB, IARI, they have given a certificate of approval. Even the CAQM chief, he has said that there's a stubble burning revolution going on in Punjab. But the point is that today in the national capital, people are suffocating. The AQI is at its worst. We are, it's a very serious situation wherein our lungs and heart are affected. What is alarming is that the Prime Minister of our country has not even spoken a single word on this crisis, this rising pollution which is choking our lungs. In fact, he's on a 3-day visit to some country. Even the environment minister, he's lying and misleading the people standing in the floor of the house in the Rajya Sabha. He said that AQI has not passed 450 this year. But his claim were collapsed the moment people stepped outside their home, because the AQI has reached more than 900 today. And what is even more worrying is the incompetence of the sitting Chief Minister of Delhi, who doesn't even know the difference between AQI and temperature. She said that AQI is temperature. She said that sprinkling water is the only solution to reduce pollution. But the reality is that this BJP government, this 5-engine BJP government came in power in Delhi promising that they'll eliminate pollution within a year. But they have offered no real solution. In fact, when you speak, they have only manipulated the data. They have misleaded the people. They have sprinkled water around pollution monitoring station to give a false sense of belief to the people of Delhi that pollution has reduced.
Before
They
I get in
must be
Harshpreet,
held-
sure. Before I
they
get in
must-
Harshpreet
they
Kadyal,
must be held-
Mr.
they
Gupta,
must
I'll
be
give you
held
an
accountable.
opportunity to respond to what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying, that the numbers are being fudged, that the Chief Minister has no idea what she's talking.
Admit it. I'm telling in front of the national channels. But what we claim, that we are working on the elimination of the source, which the Aam Aadmi Party during the last 10 years have not done. I have
Gupta
given
ji,
you many
I have one
examples,
question.
many works, which present government is doing. This is what I have
Gupta
explained
ji-
to you. How we
Gupta
are,
ji-
sir, let me speak, please, let me skip. How we are able to reduce the source. Plus, the sprinkling of water, the mist spray, the mechanical sweeping, they are the temporary arrangements. I'm telling you, they are for the dust mitigation. But permanently, we have to eliminate the all source of particular matter PM 2.5 and 10, for which we have employed hundreds of mechanical sweeping trucks to clean all the 28,500 road network of in Delhi. We are doing we are increasing the C&D processing. We are increasing this waste to energy plants. We are reducing the height of this garbage. Plus, Also, we are increasing our green cover by employing 17 new forests, which already land has been acquired for that, plus 2 Miyawaki forests, plus under the National Clean Air Program, which the central government has given more than 10,000 crores to all these states, Delhi is also helping for the dust mitigation. So it is
Can I?
Sure. So the BJP, sure. So the government in Delhi has done enough. Arshpreet Karyal, do you agree with that? That this is a problem that
Poonam ji,
has
30
plagued,
seconds.
that has, I'll come back to you. Arshpreet Karyal
minute,
has been
this is
patient.
there.
He's been patiently waiting for 15 minutes. Let me get in a comment from him. I'll come back to you. Arshpreet Karyal, as far as the people of Delhi are concerned, governments change, but the problem doesn't.
Thank you for the question. Well, see, that's why the Bharatiya Janata Party was voted, because they made many promises also about reducing the pollution. And now what the scenario is, it is not really Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas that the Bharatiya Janata Party has been preaching. It is Apna Saath, Apna Vikas. First of all, we have to understand that the Bharatiya Janata Party is not in solution mode. It is in denial mode. And the reason behind that is they do not want their image to be affected. They do not want to be exposed. They do not want to answer questions. That's why they're not even admitting that this is a problem in the first place. They keep on diverting, dodging, and deflecting. My request to the Bharatiya Janata Party is that the AQI in December hit 498 plus, which is hazardous. The children are suffering because of that. Elderly people are suffering because of that. People from all walks of life are suffering because of that. Will you compensate them? If they have health problems, if they have health issues, serious ailments, will you be compensating them with the hospital bills, that big bills that they'll get? Because the Bharatiya Janata Party has done nothing in order to reduce the pollution. Vehicular pollution is there, industry, factory pollution is there, stubble pollution is there, and crackers pollution is there, and so many kinds of pollution are happening. And the image you see, it is happening in the nation's capital, where all the embassies are there, where all the dignitaries come, where everything rests, the Supreme Court, the Parliament, the President of India, everything. And the Bharatiya Janata Party, instead of offering a solution, is indulging into blame game. पहले ऐसा था, पहले ऐसा था, पहले ऐसा क्यों नहीं था, इन्होंने ये नहीं किया, इन्होंने वो नहीं किया. You tell us now, what solution do you have? Now you are in the government, you are expected to govern and help the people of Delhi, but the Bharatiya Janata Party has no solution at all whatsoever. My request to the Bharatiya Janata Party is, number one, that the CAQM's decision to invoke stage 4 of GRAP, that is also not working. So why has till date Mr. Modi not addressed the issue? Being the Prime Minister, his focus, his priority should have been, this should have been his number one priority. But again, it's a case of misplaced priorities. He did not do a single press conference. He did not utter a word over this in the parliament, as far as my knowledge and information is concerned. He did not debate and discuss in the parliament. And important issues you do not want to debate and discuss. You want to debate the issues of 70 years ago, 60 years ago, 80 years ago. You keep on doing that. Why does the Bharatiya Janata Party not come to the present? Why does the Bharatiya Janata Party run to the past or run to the future? ऐसा होगा, वैसा होगा, ऐसा करेंगे, ऐसा करेंगे. भाई साहब, आप ये बताइए कि the businesses that are affected, the tourism that is affected, and Singapore, by the way, Singapore's High Commission has issued an advisory. It is issuing an advisory. You see what is being done to our image. Will the Bharatiya Janata Party do something about that, or will you keep on sitting with your diversionary tactics? Because see, the fact of the matter is, accountability ought to be fixed. Why the smog? Why are these towers not working? Why is the infrastructure not doing anything? Why is there no solution at all whatsoever? What are the officials doing? So we demand that an inquiry be launched, a time-bound inquiry, and accountability ought to be fixed against the officials who are not doing anything, and because of which people's lives are being ruined. Literally, people are having to leave Delhi. So many people are cancelling their plans to go to Delhi. And because of that, the entire country's image is being affected. And Mr. Modi does not want to do anything about that. The Bharatiya Janata Party does not want to even say and talk about that. So please stop running away from the issue. Come to the issue at hand and tell us, in the last couple of months, what steps have you taken? Second, tell us what steps will you be taking in order to ensure that the pollution is curbed, and by when would it be done? We need specific dates. We need a specific timeline to all of this. These three questions are very important.
Which they seem to be giving. They say that we are trying to undo what has been happening for years together, if not decades. So give us some more time. But Anil Gupta, as far as the measures that have been put in place, measures that have been put in place, sure, they have been put in place. But is this more reactive than being proactive? We knew this problem happens every single year that there's winter. Anil Gupta, why didn't we plan for this much better? Why was Grab 4 not implemented the minute AQI touched 400? We waited for it to go past 450. That's not what the norm is.
See.
It's
In
more than
India,
900.
we have
Mr. Gupta?
for Delhi NCR, we have CQM, the Commission for Air Quality Management. Impose. It is a yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
See, Delhi has a quasi-judicial authority which is known as CAQM, Commission for Air Quality Management. They impose Grab 1, Grab 2, Grab 3 and Grab 4. They have a standard formula. You know, day before yesterday, they imposed Grab 3 in the morning and by evening, they imposed the Grab 4. So that is their duty they are doing and all the states in Delhi NCR follow that. Construction is banned as per them. The BS4 vehicles is banned. So many measures are. They are the emergency provisions. And for dust mitigation, for controlling the air pollution, I have given many points to you in front of your channel that we are doing this thing for elimination of source. And what we are presently for mitigation. I have told both the things. If Congress spokesperson doesn't want to listen, then it is his job. But he must reply what for last 15 years when he was ruling the Delhi, what Aam Aadmi Party was ruling for 11 years, what they have done?
Can I respond?
They closed the thermal plant, but what is the situation? What was the AQ during the Congress government? What was the AQ during the Aam Aadmi Party government? I'm saying the situation is severe. The AQI is serious. This is Aam Aadmi doing. But we are doing this work. We are better than the previous year because of all these efforts. And we hope to improve the situation in next 2-3 years. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying what we are doing right now, and what we will do in future. It is a technical subject. I'm explaining to you.
Sure.
You can question me.
Anmol
but
Pawar,
that you
there
are
have
not
been facts
convincing.
that have been laid out by the BJP. The BJP says that their political rivals, including the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress, only want to view this as per your convenience of politics.
Poonam ji, pinning the blame on Aam Aadmi Party won't work because the BJP is ruling more than 22 states. And pollution is not just a Delhi problem, it's a North India problem. Look at the adjoining areas, whether it's Haryana, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh. In Noida, you have your studio. Step outside and you'll see AQI more than 700. But the point is that they are in a denial mode. This crisis requires urgency and seriousness. I want to ask BJP spokesperson, he mentioned about CAQM. CAQM was formed on the directions of the Honorable Supreme Court of India for better coordination of the states. And in fact, the Honorable Supreme Court itself said in 2023 that it has become redundant. This happened because the Prime Minister didn't take the lead. He didn't call an emergency meeting. And even today, he is in denial mode. No roadmap, no intent, no will, no emergency meeting. हम लोगों को केवल अपने हाल पे छोड़ दिया है आप लोगों ने. पूरे देश की जनता ग्रस्त है, पोल्यूशन से लोग मर रहे हैं, आईसीयू में कतार लंबी लगी हुई है और आप लोगों को शर्म नहीं आ रही. आप हंस रहे हैं टीवी पे बैठ के.
शर्म आपको आनी चाहिए झूठ बोलते हुए. आपको
22 राज्यों में आपकी सरकार है, आपने क्या किया? 12 साल से क्या किया? What were you doing for the last 12 years?
भिवानी का AQI 150
What were you doing for the last 12
बनाइए.
years?
पनवल का 177 है, पानीपत का 209 है. शरेआम आपको झूठ बोलने केजरीवाल साहब ने यही सिखाया है आपको कि झूठ बोलना. Go and check the figure. Go and check the figure. Don't create panic. हैं? आप लोग स्मोक टावर में स्कैंडल करते हो, फाइनेंशियल बगलिंग करते हो और आप यहाँ फ्रीज करने आते हो. शर्म आनी चाहिए आपको झूठ बोलते हो नेशनल चैनल पे. शर्म आपने क्या किया 10 साल में बताना चाहिए. आपने जितने पोल्यूशन के नाम पे, एनवायरमेंट के नाम पे जो घपले किए 10 साल में, you should explain what scandal you have done in smoke tower. What scandal you have done in source assessment studies.
Tell us the roadmap
You have
and
not done
solution.
anything and now
How
you are
will you
preaching.
eliminate this pollution?
You tell me even a single word
Tell me the
which you have
roadmap.
done to reduce the pollution in the last 10 years. You will not
People want
stand
to
here
hear the
because you
roadmap
have
of
not done
Bharatiya
anything.
Janata
You are
Party to
saying
reduce
you are just
pollution.
always blamed. See
don't want to
just
indulge in blame
before
games.
coming to the
Tell us the
resort,
solution.
just see the
समाधान बताइए
actuality
हमें.
of the
समाधान
cities.
बताइए कैसे
Just
pollution कम होगा.
Don't tell lies
So
in
what
front of
is the
national channel.
solution?
Have some
Nobody seems to
clarity.
have an answer to that. And Neeraj Athri, what we heard in the last 5 minutes is the only thing that we hear every single year, every single day that we talk about this kind of a problem.
That is exactly what I was going to say, that what has been happening on our screen for the last 10-15 minutes is the agony is exacerbated by such kind of behavior. They're trying to just score brownie points over each other, that our party is doing this and the other party is doing that. A typical case of the pot calling the kettle black. I would, looking at the track record of last maybe 10-15 years, I think I'll go a little softer on Mr. Gupta because they've inherited this for last 9 months. And the effort that they made in Yamuna waters is, I think, appreciable. So, but the
I
problem
want to
is
respond. 10
that
seconds.
it has to be on a sustained pattern.
10
It should
seconds.
continue. And moreover, instead of, till now we've been focusing only on capital. But like that Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson pointed out, that we should be talking about entire country. We should have a comprehensive plan, and it should not be a knee-jerk arrangement. If you remember, when these CNG autos were introduced, what was done was that the autos which were earlier running, they were discontinued just from Delhi. So as a result, what happened? Those autos went into the neighboring towns and started polluting them. It is high time that we cut across party lines and come to a compromise with each other, that we all are citizens. We all are suffering. If someone gets an asthmatic attack, the environment doesn't discriminate whether he's from Aam Aadmi Party or Congress or BJP. So let us come together for this as human beings instead of coming as politicians, so that we can get respite for ourselves and for all the politicians also concerned. I mean, this is the bare minimum which should be done.
Puramji, 20 seconds.
If only Neeraj
Puramji,
Chatri,
20
that is
seconds.
something that everyone agreed on, that
20
we
seconds,
have to
20
keep our
seconds.
political differences aside, because this is an emergency
I-
that affects every single person.
I
Ramon
want to
Pawar, yes,
point
the
out-
last 10 seconds,
yes.
please.
Yes. Neeraj ji said that you want to go soft on BJP because they have worked on Yamuna. Let me correct him. The DPCC, Delhi Pollution Control Committee, said that water of Yamuna is not even bathable. पीने की तो बात छोड़ दीजिए. And they created an artificial Yamuna Ghat, a Bisleri Ghat, just to fool the people of Delhi. The Honorable Supreme Court and the National Green Tribunal imposed a fine of 52
Go and check
crore
the
and
report.
60
Sir,
Don't
if
tell lies.
politicians
Go and
from
check the report.
sir, if
In
politicians
2000
from
It is
either
bathable.
side of the
Go
aisle
and
think
check
that
the
their
report.
political
Don't tell lies.
rivals are fooling the voters, then all of them are mistaken, because voters cannot be fooled. It is what we see every single year. It is what we see in front of our eyes, and the voter is smart enough to make a judgment for themselves of what is true and what's not. But I have to leave it there. I thank you so much for joining us here on this edition of Plain Speak, because, like I said, this is a crisis that we face every single year, every single winter, and this is the kind of cacophony we hear every single winter as well. Speaking about the kind of